difficult, isn't it? You know, when you first start out, you're the cream of the crop, you know, everybody loves you, they've paid you a lot of money, you go to those meetings, everybody loves your ideas, they think you're brilliant, you think up there that, well, nothing can go wrong. And then, of course, a couple of years down the line, things start to go sour. But more importantly, the people that have given you alleged so much money want a big return on their investment. New people at the top, people have moved on. What you going to do? Well, at times you could beg, of course, and that sometimes works. But in this particular instance, as the former cable TV actress and one-time royal Prince Harry truly bitten off more than they can chew. As ever, let me explain. Hi, good morning, Neil Sean here in the very heart of London, and as ever, nice to have your company. Start off with some really sad news, in fact, really, because if, like me, you're a huge fan of this particular TV show, Hogan's Heroes, who remembers that? In my neck of the woods, it used to be on around about tea time when he came back from school. Do you remember Schultz, who couldn't do anything right? Well, sadly, we lost one of the major stars at 96 years old. Robert Clary sadly left us. What a legacy he left behind. He was a true Holocaust survivor as well, so obviously, you know, while he was playing it for comedy, he truly lived through some very dark times. If you haven't checked Hogan's Heroes out, do have a look on YouTube. It's incredibly funny and just one of those shows that brightens up your day. Also starred a man very close over here to another English superstar, Diana Dawes. That's right, Dickie Dawson was also in the cast. I know he went on to be a huge quiz show host, didn't he? Was it Jeopardy or something like that? Not quite sure. Another huge talent. But let's remember, as I say, Robert Clary from Hogan's Heroes, the legacy he left behind. Back as ever to your breaking royal story of the day. This really all centres upon the fact, as I said at the beginning of the video, you know, it's a difficult time now for Harry and Meghan, you know. Chickens come home to roost, whatever you want to call it. This is all about their Netflix deal, and it looks like now their docu-series will be confirmed to come out in December. Why December? Well, basically for Netflix, this is a barren period. This is normally where they put out repeats, seasonal efforts, that sort of stuff. Now, according to a very good source, Meghan and Harry are not happy at all. We knew that. They tried to delay this with the tactic of for the fact that they hoped if they put it out in the new year, when Prince Harry's book was out, it would be a bit of a double whammy. But as ever, we found out more. Now, the bigger reason is this. Apparently, according to a very good source that's seen a rough cut of this particular series, it's a little bit dull, to say the least, because they haven't really done that much, have they? There was the trip to New York, the Invictus Games, picking up awards, and then what, you know? Meghan's 40 times 40, which never saw the light of day, numerous other things that never really came off, and of course that spectacular launch of the cartoon series Pearl, which Netflix then ditched. So not exactly busting with, you know, sort of content. Now, of course, the bigger reason is the people that they're talking about could be seen as very detrimental so soon after the sad demise of our wonderful monarch, Queen Elizabeth II, as one can imagine. But it isn't just that. They've now decided to change the content and the context of that docu-series. This all really falls upon the fact that they've got a brand new publicity marketing machine, and they've decided, as we told you before, to go on a more positive, higher, homely route. This is not what the content really shows. It shows the darker side of Harry and Meghan, the moaning, you know, the usual stuff that we know about. Now, they can edit it all if they want, you know, but the bigger problem is, and this is going to be the bigger problem for Harry and Meghan moving forward, it's dull, it's boring, but then we've seen a lot of that already with Meghan Markle's podcast. You know, really, there's no content. There's a promise of a lot of content, but when you cut away, what do you actually get? Meghan simply moaning away. So Netflix really, and this is my surmise of this particular situation, is this. They're looking to cut their losses, put it out, get it over with, and start the new year, possibly with some brand new format, or indeed perhaps clearing the decks. I'll leave that bit for you to work out, but moving forward, you can understand why Harry and Meghan are very keen, for now at least, to keep this particular much-hyped series buried. But seemingly, Netflix has other ideas. As ever, when I know more, you'll know more. Neil Sean in the very heart of a very windy London.